Some of them are quirky, some are goofy, some don't make sense, some are necessary, but that's all part of the process of playing at a high level.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 fascinating sports rituals.
And here come the Rats pouring out. The Panthers are going to tie this series at 1. It's time!
Fifth in the orders, the runner takes off with a swing and a foul. Always entertaining Yasiel Puig. You never know what you're going to see. How about a lumber lollipop?
For this list, we'll be looking at some of the most interesting, cool, and fascinating rituals once performed in modern sports, though they may or may not still be performed today. What's your personal sports ritual? Let us know below. And if you're dying for more sports content, be sure to check out Watch Mojo's new podcast, The Waterboys Podcast, available wherever you get your pods. Number 10. Ecuadorian national soccer team's witch doctor. In the 2006 FIFA World Cup in Germany, the Ecuador national team went to amazing lengths to win.
And here's Caviades onside, 2-0. Delgado surely wins the game for Ecuador.
They enlisted an Ecuadorian mystic, or if you will, a witch doctor, to banish spirits from all of the pitches that Ecuador would play on. And can you blame them? The 39th ranked Ecuadorian team beat 29th ranked Poland and 26th ranked Costa Rica in the group stage, allowing them to advance to the round of 16.
They'll keep their eye firmly on the ball, will Ecuador. They won't count their blessings too much, but they will count a third goal. Magnificent. Caviades with a volley.
In the end, they lost to England by a single goal, but it still begs the question, why don't all teams have witch doctors? Number 9. John Henderson's pregame slap.
Oh, Joe, that ain't good enough. Come on, Joe! Ah!
The grounding effect of rituals often provides an athlete with an increased sense of comfort and control before a big performance, regardless of the stakes or stage.
Oh, let's go!
John Henderson's ritual turns this convention on its head by having his assistant team trainer slap him in the face prior to every game. You gotta make blood come out the mouth. The Jacksonville Jaguars and Oakland Raiders defensive tackle explained that being slapped in the face was a crucial part of his preparation because the attendant pain and adrenaline would stimulate him to reach the intense mental state needed for a football game.
Give it to me. Oh, no! That's what I'm... Come on! Ah!
Come on,
Ah!
come on. Let's go.
Number 8. MLB No-Hitter Silence.
First Marlin no-hitter. Up the middle, off of Fernandez. The ball trickles out towards second, and there goes the no-no.
The ritual surrounding a no-hitter in progress is a perfect example of how superstitious minds will go to find reasons for bad luck.
A 6-pitch inning. How about that?
When a pitcher has a confirmed no-hitter on the horizon, a number of rituals are observed, and one of these is the complete lack of mention of what is happening by the television announcers. This dates back to 1947, when a Yankees no-hitter was ended on what would have been the final out moments after it was mentioned by the broadcaster. Despite the physical distance between the broadcasters and the pitcher, many people still believe that any mention of a no-hitter or even a perfect game will bring bad luck.
Darvish looking for number 6 and the second perfect game. Gonzalez up the middle, base hit. First ball swinging, Marwin Gonzalez right back through the wickets, and the no-hitter and perfect game are gone.
Number 7. Chatting with the bike. Pre-game sport rituals often revolve around an athlete's piece of equipment, and many athletes are very careful with how they prepare their gear. MotoGP star Valentino Rossi takes this one step further, as he literally has a conversation with his motorcycle as part of his pre-race ritual. After watching the event prior to his, he ties his boots a very specific distance from his bike. Once this is done, he kneels next to his motorcycle, grabs the right foot peg, and has a brief discussion with it to make sure they are both on the same page. Number 6. Drinking milk after winning the Indy 500.
It hasn't sank in yet, and I'm glad it hasn't. I'm still processing this whole thing.
For decades, it has been tradition for the winner of the Indianapolis 500 to generously drink a bottle of milk moments after their victory. This began in 1936 when Lewis Meyer, a frequent milk drinker, consumed his preferred beverage after winning the race.
He won the race, and it was just like in his head, all he wanted was a big glass of milk. And so he gets in victory lane and he chugs the milk.
Legend has it that this scene was noticed by a Milk Foundation executive who insisted on having milk presented to the winners of subsequent races. A brief period between 1947 and 1955 notwithstanding, drinking milk became a tradition at Indy, all because a milk executive wanted to increase his sales.
Getting handed that glass of milk, it is such a significant sign that you're like, wow, this is really it.
Number 5. Soccer's exchanging of the jerseys. This humanizing display of sportsmanship originated in 1931, when an overmatched French team was so excited to have beaten England that they asked to keep their opponents' jerseys to commemorate the unlikely accomplishment. The tradition lives on today as a safe haven for sportsmanship in the otherwise ruthlessly competitive world of international football. This ritual is very special for the fans and the players, as the turmoil involved in cheering or playing for major football clubs is put aside for a few moments, all for players to express their mutual respect. Number 4. Patrick Roy talking to his goalposts. One of the most superstitious goalies in the history of the NHL, Patrick Roy was a dominant force for the Montreal Canadiens and Colorado Avalanche throughout his career.
Doug Wilson rifles it, rebound! Oh, what a save by Patrick Roy!
But Roy was also known to have a number of very particular habits. Before a game, he would always follow a very specific order for putting on his equipment. Then, once the game started, Patrick Roy would not step on the lines on the ice. The strangest of these rituals, however, involved regular conversations with his goalposts, usually to thank them for deflecting the pucks out of the net. Number 3. Michael Jordan's powder clap. Michael Jordan is one of the fiercest competitors of all time, even when his competition is a courtside announcer. Before the start of games in which Johnny Kerr was commentating, Jordan would try to clap his hands with powder right in front of Kerr's desk, in order to cover his suit with the white dust. This ritual was caught a number of times by the cameras, as Kerr would respond creatively with props to avoid the mess. On one such occasion, he had an umbrella ready for the attack, causing Jordan to laugh at his foiled attempt.
We finally got him!
Number 2. NHL Playoff Beards.
There is nothing so visible to remind everyone how long you've been battling through the playoffs than growing a beard. Question: does it work?
As far as sports go, hockey has some truly out there rituals. See Detroit's octopus obsession, but few are as grisly as the NHL Playoff Beard. Started in the 1980s by the New York Islanders, playoff players refrained from shaving until they reached total victory or elimination. This ritual provides a strong sense of kinship and pride among the players, representing the pain they've endured and the length of time since the beginning of the playoff journey.
Look at this thing. I mean, this thing it's very symmetrical. It's bushy, but not out of control. And there's no color enhancement in this thing.
Meanwhile, players like Joe Thornton and Brent Burns have taken the hockey beard aesthetic to new lengths, and this has translated into a number of fantastic playoff beards.
Sweet chin curtain. That's some spicy salad you got rocking.
Oil it up, baby!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Beer shower at the DFB Pokal final.
And then here comes the beer, and here comes the traditional soaking of Pep and Co.
The Green Bay Packers Lambeau leap.
Again, he shows what he's able to do.
Nadal's water bottle fixation.
Look, it's so funny how he puts his bottles. Look at this, look at this. He's just meticulous about that, huh?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. New Zealand Men's National Rugby Union Team's Haka. This might be the fiercest display of competitive energy we have ever seen. A traditional war cry that challenges the opponent and tells of the tribe's history. The Haka was first performed at a rugby game by the New Zealand native team in 1888. Used only at away matches until 1986, this Maori challenge or posture dance is now a pre-game ritual for every All Blacks game. While the opposing teams respond to this ritual in various ways, it always has an extremely powerful effect for the athletes that perform it. haka is so dear to rugby players that it was performed at the funerals of rugby greats Jonah Lomu and Jerry Collins. Just a reminder, if you can't get enough sports, head over to your preferred podcasting app to check out WatchMojo's Waterboys podcast.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.